Hey guys, it's Kenshi again, and today I want to answer a question that I've been getting asked kind of frequently by new people to my Twitch channel. And that question is, how did you get good at KOF? Disclaimer, I don't think I'm good. I think I'm okay. I'm just okay. I mean, maybe back in KOF 14 I was kind of nice, but that kind of... yeah, that's whatever. I don't think I'm that good. But I do want to answer this question because it is kind of important. And it's more of a general how to get better at fighting games. But first I'm going to tackle how I got good at KOF, right? How I got good at KOF is not only did I play the game. Yeah, I mean, I played the game a lot. But I wanted so much to get to a point where I could be a top 8 finalist at majors consistently, right? I'm not at that point yet, but I want it so bad. And back then, I wanted it even more. And because of that, I literally would play KOF as much as I could. And prior to KOF 14 coming out, I didn't play 13 that much. So, you know, like, 13 I played offline, alone. The netcode was ass, and I didn't have locals. And if I did have locals, I didn't have a way to travel to them because I was younger. So for me, getting good at KOF meant getting good at KOF 2002. Not 98. I didn't care about 98. Everything was 2002 to me. So what I ended up doing is, well, I would play that game a lot, and I would watch other people play that game, and I would always play with people who were better than me. That's really demoralizing. Don't only play with people that are better than you. But that's what I did. For the majority of the time, everyone I played with was so much better than me that I got conditioned to deal with how stronger players played. And I got conditioned to deal with that in like 2011, when I first started playing 2002 competitively. Well, you know, like, I plateaued after a certain point, you know, there's only so much that can happen just from playing people better than you. Especially when you're constantly getting demoralized, right? So, a couple years pass, you know, and I don't play KOF for quite a bit of time, you know, I'd play it here and there, and play O2 here and there. And then KOF 14 comes out. And that was when I decided now's the time. So from KOF 14, like the beginning of KOF 14, it was like what, August 2016? I bought that game day one. I was excited for that game. And I was one of the few people that didn't care about the graphics, and I was genuinely excited that they were making a new KOF game, right? So I come out and I just start playing this game, and I'm at a much better position in my life. You know, I can drive, I can go to tournaments, and everything like that. So, not only am I able to travel now, I'm able to play online because the netcode wasn't as abysmal as 13. And boy, did I play. And I played a lot. But not only did I play, because I wanted so much to be at a high enough level to compete and place top 8 at majors and stuff like that, I would go into training mode, and everything that people thought was, you know, bullshit and cheap and completely scummy, I would figure out how to deal with it. Nakaruru 1.0, she don't scare me. She never did. I labbed against it. I knew what to do against it. Everything that people thought was cheap before it got patched out, I would lab against it. And I would constantly do this. Like, I would play online, and the things that people would do to beat me, I would, like, look at that, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And I would take it into training mode, and KOF 14's training mode has a very convenient recording feature. I actually really adored KOF 14's training mode. And I would put that exact scenario into, the dummy recording, and I would figure out how to deal with it. And that was literally everything in KOF 14 for me. Even if I didn't play the character, I would figure out enough of that character to be able to emulate what my opponents were doing to me that was beating me, and I would, put it in training mode. So, you do that enough, you get used to a lot of these scenarios, and then it just comes down to your decision making, right? Well, my decision making wasn't always the best, but I got good enough to a point that I was placing top 3 at locals, top 3 at regionals, like, I won a few tournaments. I started feeling like I can actually do this. And, I wasn't there. I didn't take the picture. But I did get top 8 at a major. It only happened once, but it happened. I didn't know it happened because I was so salty that I left. But, it happened. So, the way I got good at KOF was, kind of this desire to get better. I had this deep desire to get better. And there's an origin story behind that. I've talked about it on my streams a couple times, and I guess I can mention it here, but the way I got introduced to KOF was because there's this girl that I really liked, right? And she was really good at KOF 2002. She was the main person I played with. And boy, oh boy, did I lose a lot. But because I was kind of invested romantically in it, I kind of tied that emotion to KOF, and I carried it with me. I'm still friends with that girl, but I'm no longer, we're no longer, like, talking like that or anything like that. But because of that, I didn't care how much I lost. I didn't care how badly I would get beaten and made fun of in Spanish on JGPL. It never fazed me. I just wanted to get to a point where I could sit there and play on an equal footing with that person, right? I eventually did, and it's really cool. It felt like a dream come true when we played 2002 for the first time in forever, and it wasn't completely one-sided in her favor. Like, I was actually keeping up. That was one of the nicest feelings I've ever had. And, that kind of leads into the next point. Why are you playing the game? If you are playing the game with a purpose, and you really want to meet that purpose, you will stop at nothing to meet it, right? So if you are playing the game because you want to be good at the game, because you want to be a tournament player, because you want it bad enough that you're willing to sacrifice sleep, take time off of work. At the time, I'm going to be real. I am going to be real. I dropped out of high school. I went back. I graduated. Don't get me wrong. I graduated. But I literally wanted this thing so bad that I dropped out of high school. I didn't graduate until I was like 21 years old. I graduated like 3 years later than my peers. I was class of 2023, but I didn't graduate until 2016. Which kind of coincides with, you know, KOF 14, but because I wanted it so bad, I was willing to make extreme sacrifices. And don't be like me. Do not drop out of school. That's stupid. Don't do it. But I'm not even joking, guys. If you want something bad enough, you'll stop at nothing. And there's so much to getting better at fighting games that you can do. Not just KOF, but getting better at fighting games is, you know, like something that anyone can do. It's just, you know, you have to be willing to work for it. You don't have to have a lot of time, but you have to know how to spend that time. And because I had a lot of time, I made a lot of time, and even though I didn't spend it properly all the time, I was figuring things out. And, you know, by the end of KOF 14's, you know, lifespan, I considered myself to be probably, you know, the best Athena player in the United States, easily. The only other one that I consider to be my equal in that would be Animonk. Shout out to Animonk, by the way. And, you know, like, there were better KOF players, you know, that they didn't play Athena, so, you know, fuck them. Anyways, yeah, like, if you want it, you'll make it happen. Just ask yourself why you want to play, and if you find a reason, once you have that reason, you'll do it. It's not always about time spent. You can play for decades and not get better because you didn't do any of the legwork. Yeah, you played a lot and you got a little bit better, but you eventually plateaued. You have to do the legwork, and by the legwork, I mean, like, are you watching your replays? Are you asking yourself, why did you lose to that? Are you going into training mode and figuring it out? Are you figuring out how to optimize certain scenarios? Like, you know, in KOF, when you get a counter hit jump CD, you get a juggle point. And are you figuring out how to optimize that? You know, like, there's so many things that you have to do to optimize the little micro situations that happen in a match at a macro level, right? You have to watch your replays. You have to go into training mode. You have to be open to constructive criticism from your peers. And if you're willing to do all of that, you'll get better. It's not like it's impossible to get better. I used to think so too. I used to think, man, I'm never going to get to this level. I'm never going to be, you know, strong enough to hold my own with the best players. And then I became one. At least in KOF 14, you know, top 4 looter battle. Come on, give me my props. But yeah, like, you take that desire and you'll get there. It's something that you just have to work for. And this is every fighting game, you know, not just KOF. There's always going to be something that you are not doing when you plateau. And you can ask who you're playing with, what's going on. You can talk with other people. You can hire a coach. But the best thing is to look inside and ask yourself, am I really wanting this? Because if you really want to get better at KOF or fighting games, you start doing these extra steps. You're not just playing matches for the sake of playing matches. You're not just going to tournaments and not playing casuals and communicating with people. You know, like, you start actually using training mode, you start talking with people, you ask the right questions, and once you get to that point, you're already climbing the ladder. Anyways, this has kind of dragged on for a long time, so if you've enjoyed the video, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I wrote out like a script and I just kind of freestyled it because I didn't like how the script kind of played out, because it was more about like general fighting games and less about KOF, and I wanted to answer the question, how did Kenshi get better at KOF? So I just started freestyling it. Sorry if I got a little bit rambly, but thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Go ahead and follow me on twitch.tv. Link is in the description. And if you want to subscribe on YouTube, I would really appreciate that as well. Go ahead and give this video a like if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it. I wanted to answer this question because I always get asked it, and I never know how to answer it, but I jotted down my ideas, and then I was like, let's just answer this question. Let's go into it. And it became this video. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this far. This is a little bit longer of a video, and yeah, that's it. That's how you get better at fighting games. It's how I got better, you just put in the effort. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I just hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you on my Twitch channel. If you enjoyed my content, please follow me on Twitch. That's the more important platform to me. I'll still work on YouTube, but my heart lies with Twitch. I love live streaming. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a good day. Real quick little post-recording blurb. I wanted to use KOF 15 footage for this, but it didn't work. Every time I tried to do rank matches, I was either not finding people or getting desyncs. Granted, I did record this. I'm recording this right now, kind of early in the day before my workday starts, so that's probably why, but I decided to go with O2, and it turned out to be a little bit longer, so if you want to just watch the rest of the matches, feel free to. And all the Toho remixes that you're hearing, well, all the remixes, the music that you're listening to, it's from JX, so go follow him if you like 8-bit remixes like this and 16-bit remixes.